video is starting. And there we are. We are live. We are live. Start all the fun things.
Where did you do that?
It should be in the inner circle.
I'm gonna check that. Oh, I see.
Is it in there now?
Yeah, that was weird. It showed that your personal account was live.
That is weird. Well, I am live in the inner circle group.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, then maybe that's why it showed that your personal account was live.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
I was like, your personal account was live, but it didn't show that the inner circle was live. But I guess the inner circle was in a yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Get in here so that I can see comments. Hopefully it won't freeze today.
I'll do a check.
Alright, there's Mama. Howdy, Mama. And of course, Antonio. Antonio's here. Alright. We'll give
My buzzing
everybody...
finally went away after it's been like 5 broadcasts without it.
Without the buzzing?
Without the...
Good.
Not even, I can't even hear the fan.
Mama, you're calling me, but we're live. I don't know what you need. See what you need. We can give everybody a few minutes to see if anybody else is gonna hop on.
Hello?
Excuse me. Hope everybody had a good week so far. Kind of got some different things going. I did attempt the macrame kit this week in preparation, so we're not all totally lost together. But this got a little confusing, so I looked up an easier project that we can do, just in case that one gets a little too much. So, give everybody a few minutes to hop on, say hello when you get on here, and then we'll get started. Excuse me. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Hang on, let me look. Because I don't remember what size of macrame cord that big feather is done with. But I know that I put it in a video that I have somewhere else. Let's see here. 5mm. Alright, 5mm macrame. That's what it is. That's what it is. Alright, we'll wait just one more minute. At 10:35 we'll get started. I should have moved my feather off my mat before I cut those last few, because now I've got that like weird fuzzy stuff, lit stuff from the macrame cord.
I'm sure you'll get that one with everything else.
Yeah.
You're doing everything.
Mm-hmm. It'll get a good wipe down with cleaning wipe after we get done. Alrighty. Well, it's 10:35. We're gonna go ahead and get started. If somebody else jumps on, we'll see if we can get them caught up verbally, because I won't be able to undo this one to show again and again and again. So hopefully we'll be good to go. But howdy, Mama. Hello, hello. All right, so I have a few things that I did. So this week, like I said, I did try to attempt the macrame kit. I tried the purple one, and this is how far I got. So you can see it's not perfect, but hey, it's learning. So we did that one, and then whenever this one was kind of giving me fits, I was like, just in case this doesn't work with the kit and the way that they have it set out, I wanted to see if there was something else that we could make. So I had some 5mm macrame cord, just the regular macrame cord. I bought this, I believe, at Hobby Lobby. It's been a bit, but it is 5mm macrame cord, and you can see it is a lot thicker than the one we're using today. But anyway, so I got this, I pulled this out, and I looked up some like easy macrame like projects, and I found this little feather, and it was really cute, and I thought, that's not bad, we could do that one. So I did that with the 5mm, and then I did this one last night with the cord that actually comes in the kit, just to make sure that it would still turn out and look okay with the smaller cord also, and I think they're both super cute. So if we get to where this one is a little too much, then I'll show you how to do the feather. If we are able to get this one done, then once we get a portion of this done, then I will still show y'all the feather as well. So don't fret if you want to know both. We will definitely do that. So for today, you're going to need your kit. If you're able to find one, hopefully you were able to find one. I know that a couple of ladies weren't able to find one, so hopefully you could find one. If not, you're more than welcome to get like the macrame, the regular macrame cord, and then just kind of follow along. So you'll need your kit, you'll need a brush, or a comb, not a brush, don't use a brush. You'll need a comb. I will recommend a sturdier comb if you have one, because I tried to use this one, and you can see that it's now missing a tooth because it wasn't quite strong enough. So, sturdier comb if you have one, and then a good pair of scissors. These pair of scissors I absolutely love because they are super duper sharp. I did post a link to these and to the kit in this video, so you will be able to buy them if you want to. Right now, I think it showed, I looked this morning, I think it showed they were $13 or $14, I believe. But it also had a 20% off coupon. I don't know if that's just because I'm a Prime member or what, but I love these scissors. You'll see why shortly. So, alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move some things off my table, and that way we can get started and see what we end up liking for today. Okay, I think you're good right now. Alright. So I'm going to set this full kit to the side for right now, because what I think I want to start with, Woo. Come on, there we go.
Like
Weird.
Things around.
It did not like me moving things. It's like, wait a minute, what are we doing? I think for today, we are going to start with this orange one and the instructions for the orange one, which is right here in this little pamphlet. So when you get it, it's going to be folded like this, has all the cute little stuff, says ruler. Oh, you will need a ruler today too, my bad. But a ruler, a comb, and a pair of scissors, and then of course your kit. So go ahead and open it up. We're going to start on this one today, and we're going to try to make this orange one. The instructions are in here for the purple one as well, right here on the front. It does get a little confusing because you have to go one way down with the knots and then the other way with the knots, but the only bad thing is the instructions only shows you to go down, how to go down like the right side, and then it literally just tells you, do that one backwards, and I'm like, I'm a visual learner. When it says just do it backwards, it didn't quite work for me. So So we'll see. But we're going to try the orange one. And we're going to go from there. And if we all go, can't, we're pulling our hair out, we'll just switch to the feather. And then we'll try this again, maybe at a later time, on our own, or whatever. So, we're gonna start with the orange one and go from there. Alright, so let's see here. I know this is open because there it is. I was like, I took one out of here already. Alright, so we're gonna get one of our little sticks out of our kit. I'm not worried about the, oh, my table is not level. I'm not worried about these rings for right now because this is like literally the last thing you do so you can tie it on to hang it. So I'm not worried about the key rings. I just need my dowel rod and my orangey peachy colored macrame cord out of there. Go ahead and open this up. My rulers are back there. Alright, so go ahead and bring my trash can a little closer to me today.
I did not think those were rulers.
This is actually used to hold paintbrushes, but as you can tell, it works very well for rulers. And it has this cool little hangy thingy. So it just hangs right back up on my pegboard. And ta-da! Alright. This one has something sticky on it. We don't want that. There's no telling. All the crafty things that we do that are sticky, there's no telling. Alright. I'm going to set this one to the side too. Okay, so let's look at our instructions. Okay. Attach two 31-inch cords to the dowel. Wow, those are long. The other 4 cords will be attached throughout the process. Okay. So we're going to start by getting our macrame cord, and we're going to cut 2 at 31 inches. So it's too early to be counting.
And just because I'm curious, what is the difference between macrame cord and like just yarn?
The difference is the way that it unravels. Macrame cord is made up of 3 separate strands that are basically just tightly twisted together. And so when you untwist them and brush them out, you get this cool like feathery look effect.
Okay. So it's purposefully made for this.
For this, yep.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, so there's 12. 12 and 12 is 24. And then 24 and 6 is 30, plus 1 is 7. So, I'm going to go right here. And then we're just going to copy that.
Measure once, cut twice.
That's right.
Not normally, but
Yeah.
in this circumstance
Usually
it works.
measure twice, cut once. No, this one we're going to measure once, cut twice. Untangle the rest of our stuff. Had a little tangle in it. Alright, so for now we're just going to set the rest of this to the side. I'm guessing we'll come along later and need some. I'm not sure. But we've got our 2 at 31 inches for now. Seems like an awfully short 31 inches, but maybe not because this I think is 36. So,
Yeah.
Okay. We're cool. I think I know how to count today. Maybe. It's still early. Alright. So Mama, I know you're on here with me. Let me know when you've got your dowel out and your 2 31-inch pieces cut and ready to move to the next step. I'm going to grab me a quick drink of my tea. I think I'm going to put my tea a little closer today. There we go. Beep. It's got this like weird reflection light off my instructions, but
Yeah. It's not even like glossy paper either.
it's kind of weird. Kind of weird.
And just the camera.
Got it ready. Okay, yeah, I guess it's just light of the camera and the lights on and all that fun stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna get our cord and we're gonna get it folded in half. So we're gonna meet our two ends and have our loop-de-loop-de-loop at the top. And we're gonna take our dowel rod, put our loop-de-doo underneath it. Put these two strands right through it and pull tight. And then repeat. So, fold it in half, loop-de-doo up top, loop-de-doo underneath. Okay. Strands go through the loop-de-loop, pull tight. And now we have these guys. This is where we should be, okay? This is where we should be. Okay. How we doing? Do we have that? Camera's doing this weird focus thing
Yeah,
today.
may need to clean it. I don't know if it's just got something on, like a speck or something on it that's
Maybe.
trying to focus around. Cause yeah.
If it gets too bad, we'll clean it while we're live, so it'll stop. If it is okay for the live, then I'll make sure to clean it after we're done. I don't know why it's doing the weird focusy doodaddy. Alright. Are we ready to move to the next step? Let me know.
Do that on the white. Cause you're looking a little orange.
I'm looking a little orange today. Let's see here. Nope, it was not. Now it is. I think I'm still
There
looking.
we go.
Okay. Oh yeah,
It's better
that did
now.
fix that. There we go. Okay. There we go. My ring light wasn't on white.
It's like you're looking dark. A
I
little dark.
mean, I've been getting a little sun, but not that much. All right, Mama, how are we doing? Are you good with this step? Are we ready to go to the next one? Let me know. Trying to decide if I need to move my iPad somewhere over here just so I don't have to keep looking to the side all the time. I don't know. I'm trying to make it to where it doesn't look weird.
Well, that thing can't go down any further, can it?
No.
Good try.
It's like I already look a little awkward looking up at my TV screen where we're at. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, make sure it don't go off the Let's make sure we don't go off the table. We don't want to go off the table. We have this weird rocky situation going. Alright, let's try that.
Little shape test. Okay. Just to make sure.
Okay, ready. Alright, cool. Alright, we're gonna try this with my iPad directly below my camera. That way maybe I don't look so awkward with all the
We're not getting anything.
looking
of the
around.
Stand or anything.
Nope,
We're
I don't
good.
see anything in the camera, the stand. I don't see a weird shadow from the light. I think we're okay.
We're getting a tiny bit of the stand, but not enough to impede anything.
We are? Oh yeah, right here.
Just a tiny bit, but
It's okay. It's not that much. You can just barely see it.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't take away from anything. It's not in our way. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so now it says use the second cord from the left to start a row of double half hitch knots using all cords. Okay, so I know from doing the purple one this double hitch knot thing is kind of where I got myself all confused. But if you flip over to the back of the instruction book, it has the double half hitch knot here. So it's got your lark's head knot, which is the original knot we used to connect it to the dowel. And then it's got your double half hitch knot, and then it has your square knot. So this double half hitch knot is the one we're going to be using for this one. So let's see, we're going to go from the second cord, we're going to use it. And that's going to be our main cord that stays in place. And then we're going to go the 2 knots over those 2. Okay. Alright, so our first cord on the left, we're just going to put it to the side, okay? We don't need that one right this second. That one's going to stay nice and fresh for right now. And then, what we're going to do now is we're going to take our second one, and that's what we're going to kind of have as our like main holder cord that's going to kind of run through this whole top row. So that's the one that we're going to be looping the third cord around, okay? So first cord off to the side out of the way. Second cord is going to be our main cord that we hold and run through this section of knots. And then for this first double half hitch knot, we're going to use this third cord, okay? So take your second cord. Okay, so second cord from the left, and then we're going to take our third cord, and we're going to do exactly like the instructions have it. So we're going to take this one. We're first going to go behind. Trying to keep all these cords out of the way so y'all can see. So here's our second cord. Third cord goes behind it. Okay. And then around and through. So just kind of like, just exactly like the instructions have, okay? So, we'll do that right quick before we tie it off. Second cord is the one that goes all the way through, so that's our anchor cord, we'll call it that. Then our third cord, just like the instructions, goes around, over the top, and then you're going to run this one through. Okay? I know it's a little confusing. Around, over the top, and then through the hole that it created, the little loop it created, just like your instructions. And once you have that, you're going to kind of hold on to cord number 2, your anchor cord, and you're going to kind of make this a little knot. Let's see, looks like it's pulled pretty tightly. So we're going to pull that one up. Okay, and that's going to create our knot. So when you pull it, you want to hold on to your anchor cord and kind of pull that, and you can see how it made your little knot. Okay, now the reason it's called the double half hitch knot is because you do that twice. So we do the exact same thing all over again. Okay, so again, here is our main cord number 2. Here is our number 3. I'm going to go around the back, over the top, and through the loop. Okay, around the back, over the top, through the loop, just like the instructions say. And then again, you're going to hold your anchor cord. You're going to pull that one tight, and you will see it takes a little bit of kind of maneuvering those into the right place, but you will see now that you have your double knot. So it's kind of hard to hold everything in line to make sure it doesn't like do a weird like twisty thing on you. Because if you're not holding your anchor cord, your second cord, if you're not holding that, it'll want to twist into the knot, but you need it to stay flowing into that section. So, okay, I'll leave that right there for just a minute. I know that's a lot. How are we doing? Did we get this first part? Let me know. Mm-hmm. I think I like it better there.
And you can still look forward.
Mm-hmm. Instead of having to look awkwardly off to the side every time. Alright, Mama, how's it going? I think I got it. Okay. Alright. I think I do too. I'm gonna keep going. Alright, so now what our next step shows is we're gonna repeat that but with the next chord. So we used 2 as our anchor chord. So we're gonna have 2 as our anchor chord again. Okay, that's the one that's gonna stay the same. But then now, instead of this third one, we're going to use our last one. So you can see how it's coming off of the end here. So we know that's our 4th chord. But we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to hold on to our anchor chord number 2. And we're going to go around the back. Come back here. Over the top. And through the hole. And then pull tight. Just like a while ago. And we're making like this little swooshy thingy. I tried to pull everything tight. I don't know that it needs to go like smashed up against the top, but we're learning. It's okay. Okay, and then again, it's a double knot. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Bless you. Okay, so here's our anchor chord number 2 coming out the center. We're gonna go behind, over the top, and then through the loop. Pull tight. Okay. Alright. So now here's where we are. Okay, so we have our first 2 knots with our second anchor cord going through it, and our third one looping around making the knots. And then we have our second 2 knots. And that has our second anchor cord, our anchor cord number 2 here. And it's got the number 4 cord going around that, making our last 2 knots. So here's what we look like right now, okay? Pull too tight. There you go. Loosen that back up a little bit. Okay, here's where we are right now. Alright, let's see. Take the farthest right chord. While you catch up on your knots, I'm going to read the instructions for the next one here. Okay, so basically we're just using the lark head's knot to put our anchor cord around the dowel. Okay. Alright. Okay, so once we get those 2 knots with our other cord, our 4th cord there, now we're going to take our number 2 cord that we've used as our anchor cord throughout the whole section here. So this one that comes out the center, that's the cord we're going to use now, and we're going to follow the instructions in number 2 picture here. So we're going to take that and we're going to go over the top of the dowel, and we're gonna go behind that, and then we're gonna run that extra piece through, okay? So over the top, behind, and run this piece through. Okay, just like our number 2 instructions say. So again, let me untie this real quick. Okay, so you're gonna go over the dowel, behind the dowel, and then you're gonna bring the end of it through this left side here to kind of make it a little knot. Okay, so over the top, behind, and through. And then we're going to follow the instructions here, and we're going to go, now we're going to go behind, then over the top, and then through the hole that it creates right here, and pull. See, so now we have another knot that looks just like the other 2 that we originally started with. Now those instructions are right here, this step number 2. So in case you couldn't see with my hands in the way, which I know might be a little bit of a struggle today because we're working with small cord and small dowels and things like that, but the instructions are right there on the paper, and I just did step number 2, and you can kind of see where it tells you, go over the top, then behind, then through the loop, and then that goes behind, then over the top, and then through the loop, and that'll get us right here to where we are right now. Once you've got that done, let me know, and we'll move forward. This one looks like we're pretty much just repeating the same thing back and forth across our little area here, so. Let me know how you're doing, Mama. Let me know when you're ready to move to the next step. I think I went the wrong way somewhere. Okay, so the wrong way somewhere doing your last, like your anchor cord to the dowel, or do you think you tied a knot the wrong way somewhere? Where do you think we went wrong? What part of yours doesn't look right, Mama? I think it was on my knots. Okay. Alright. So if you need to, before we do this knot up here, you can undo the knots and try them again. I know they look a little wonky. Mine don't look exactly as perfect as the one in here, but just tying the knots around. So let me know if you're gonna try your knots again, or if we're gonna. Oh, hey Teresa, I didn't even see it tell me that you came on. Howdy, howdy. You're more than welcome to just watch, and then you can know if it's something that you want to buy the kit for or not. That totally works. Alright, Mom. Let me know if you're going to try your knots again, or if we're just going to keep going forward to see if they are wrong, or what you want to do. Let me know. I thought untangled, but you know. Go ahead and get it ready, because our next step is to cut another piece of 31 inches. Oh, you didn't hear me? Is it on your end or mine? I'm guessing it's maybe because yours isn't, I don't know. Because I'm getting the comments, so I think it's coming through on my end, but I just said hello, hello, or howdy, howdy, technically is what I said. But yeah, if you want to watch, that's totally okay. You can watch and see if it's something that you might want to do before you get the kit, or before you're able to find the kit, or just get macrame cord or whatever. Totally okay. So, watch and see if it's something that you think you might like or not. I can hear you now. Perfect. Yeah. Alright, Mama San, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Are we starting over? Are we gonna trudge forward? What you gonna do? Just let me know. Are we waiting? What did you do already? So far, we just started at the beginning. We have our 2 loops that we made at the beginning here and here. And then we did what's called a double half hitch knot. which is basically this little knot right here. You run your cord behind and then over the top and then go through to make a knot, and then you do that twice, and then you do it with the next cord. So basically what we've done is we've just tied our 2 strings on, and then we've done our 2 double hitch knots, and then made our 3rd loop-de-loop around up here with our main cord. And then we're fixing to add another cord on as well, so we can kind of come back the other way with it, because when we started, we went from left to right, kind of starting our top rainbow, because we're making this design here. They call it a boho rainbow. So we kind of started at the left and made our top, rainbow to the right. And so now we're going to come back doing our right going to the left. Alright. Not sure where you're at, Mama, but let me know if you need some help. I'm going to go ahead and get our next cord on here. So basically it says our next step is to cut another one of these guys at 31 inches. So I went ahead and I cut another one at 31 inches, same as we did these first 2. And then we're going to attach it the same way that we did in the beginning. When we did it, like, we went back, but then I noticed in the book, like, it wants this piece on the front. So we're going to go over the top, and then we're going to put our 2 strands through, around the back, and then up through the loop. Now whenever we pull that tight, now you can see that all of those pieces are on the top, and it matches the picture. Okay. So we got that, and that'll be where we start with our next set of instructions. You're welcome, not a problem. I'll give Mom a minute and everybody else that's gonna watch replay a minute to get that step done, and then we'll move forward. And Mom, just let me know where you're at, that way we can kind of figure out what we need to do. On the cord 2, is that the 1 cord for both strings? I'm gonna try it again. Okay, so yes, your cord 2, I'm gonna show with the instructions since mine's already kind of there. But your cord 2 is the cord that you're gonna hold, like that's gonna hold all your other knots together, and then that's the one that you'll tie back over the dowel rod at the end. So your cord 2 is always the cord in your center that you're tying the knot around from your other strands. So this cord running right through the middle here that comes out on this side, that's your cord 2. So that one always stays as your anchor. It never goes around itself or anything like that. That's always the one the other knots are going around. Does that help? Hopefully that helps. Because yeah, that anchor cord 2 is always going to stay just the cord. It will never loop around itself when you're making your knots. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get started going back the other direction. And essentially, like, it literally looks like we're doing the same thing. Just going the other direction now. So, this is what got me screwed up whenever I did the purple one that I did earlier. This little dude. Because it literally just says to create a row, tie the knots. Let's see. Yeah, to go left, start with a backwards 4 shape. And I'm like, a backwards 4 shape. That didn't work for me, so we're going to see how these knots turn out. But, okay, so now, let's see, we got that one done, we got this one, okay. So now we're going to use the second cord from the right. So now we're going to leave this guy off to the side like we did over here. See how this one didn't have anything on it? Now when we're coming back the other way, this one's not going to have anything on it, okay? So So I'm just going to slide that one off to the side so I know not to touch that one. Okay, so then now, when we're going the other direction, this cord now becomes our anchor cord. Okay, so now this one is number 2 from the right. This one's not going to have anything, or it's not going to tie around itself. It's literally just going to be the cord that slides through all the anchors, or all the knots. Okay, so now we're going to go this one. And then we're going to take our next cord, trying to get all these in line and not jumbled up so you'll see what I'm doing, sorry. So now we're going to take our next cord, cord 3 from the right, so 3rd from the right. This is the cord we're going to wrap around our 2nd from the right, okay? So I'm going to flip back over here, we're going to look at our knot instructions. We're going to try again to do this backwards. Alright, so this is our main cord. So from this one, it says we're going to have a backwards shape. So we're going behind, over the top, and then through. See, that's where it always gets me confused because it doesn't look right. Okay, we're just going to keep going. So again, our anchor cord number 2 from the right. Now we're going to go behind, over the top, and through, and pull tight again. Okay. Remember, our 2nd cord, you got to kind of work it in the direction you need it to be, because it's going to look a little weird. Because see, now that goes up top instead of coming back down. I don't know how that's right. Because we need it to hang down, like these other ones. See, I don't think that's right. We're going to undo that. I don't think that's right. Because it doesn't look right. It doesn't hang down now. It wants to go up. Okay, so here's our anchor. So instead of behind, over, come back here. What if we go over the top, then behind, and then through? So over, behind, and then through. I'm going to try that. Pull again. Since we've got a double hitch knot, again, we keep that. It still goes up. I don't know. I'm still confused. This is what I got confused on when I did the first one, because to me it doesn't look right. No matter which way I go, it doesn't look right. Like, I am a visual person. Don't just tell me in words to do it backwards. Show me. Show me! Backwards. Guess we did go there, there, and then through there. So maybe we're going here, here, and through here. Let's see what this looks like. I mean, at least it's going down now. Now what did I just do?
I did a thing.
Not perfect, y'all.
How did I do the thing?
Promise. Alright, so here's my anchor. So this, and this. So instead I had this, and this. I think that's what I did. So I went from the right side, under, and then over and around. Yeah, I think that's what I did. think that's what I did, because that looks good. So we're just going to continue. So our main anchor cord, second over here, leave that there. So then we went here, on this side of it, over the top, and then through. Okay, so anchor cord here, we took it to the right side, over the top, and through the hole. Pull tight. That one's done. Our anchor cord keeps coming. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So our anchor cord stays in place. So again, our next one, we go around the back, take it to the right, over the top, and then through the loop. Okay, and pull tight, holding your anchor cord in place. Gives us that knot. And again, we're on the right of our anchor cord, over the top, under through the loop. Pull tight. That's our second one on that one now. So anchor cord to the last one. So anchor cord over. Okay. So we have our anchor cord on the right, over the top, through the hole. Pull tight. And then one more time. Anchor cord, over the top, through the hole. Okay? Anchor cord always runs through the middle. Pull tight. Let's see. Was that 2 for that one? No. Yes. Yep. Okay. Our rainbow's starting to take shape. Alright. So now we've got our anchor cord just like we had at the end while ago. So now we're going to do the same little loop-de-loop over the top, behind the pole, through the front, pull it tight, and then we're going to go around the back, over the top, through the hole we just created here, and pull it tight. Okay, so it's not a perfect rainbow, but I don't think it was too terrible. I think it's okay. Let me pull that a little tighter on that side because it got loose. The rainbow is wanting to sag. Okay, well, there's where we're at so far. I'll hold that up, see if we can get it to focus. There we go. It gets a little confusing. I'm sorry. We lost somebody. I don't know who it was. Teresa left?
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. Alright. So, that's the basics of starting that rainbow. Going one way, coming back the other, and then we're just going to keep repeating that as it states. And then, let's see, there. Yeah, so exactly, we would just keep repeating because now it even wants another 31-inch knot on that side that we would come back with this way. So, I think that's got the basics kind of this macrame rainbow. I mean, I think it's cute. I think we're doing okay to start with. It is a little wonky. I think the hardest part is figuring out how to get that knot coming back the other way. Because as y'all can see, it took me a few times to figure out which backwards way. So, but I think that's looking pretty darn cute. I think it'll be really cute once we get it all together. But that's the basics of the rainbow. I think we're doing okay. I think we did okay. So, alright. Are we ready to kind of set this one aside? I'll show you how to do the feather. I think that one will be a little bit easier too. It's a lot less stressful, I promise, because I made the little blue one last night. So, how we feeling? Mom, if it's still you hanging out with me, how you feeling? Do you want to attempt the feather? You think you're okay with this one for now? Come back in a little while and try it again. Let me know. Let me know, Mama San. I'll leave that because I'm going to need that in a second. How you feeling, Mom? It's still doing that weird like focus thing, so
Yeah.
we're gonna clean the cameras after we get off this live.
I think your face cam's tilted a little.
It looks like it might have gotten bumped, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we will rearrange and clean all the cameras after this. Oop, let's not do that. Mama, let me know if you're still with us and if you are ready to try the feather instead. That way we can get that one done. Like I said, I think that one's a lot less stressful. The knots are a lot easier because it's basically repeating that one where we put it over the dowel rod to make our feather, and then untwirling and combing it out. So let me know, because this is not meant to be stressful. It's meant to be fun and relaxing and just trying new things. So we don't want to stress anybody out. We don't want to get upset because we can't understand it. That is okay. Because trust me, whenever I was trying to do that purple one, I was like, hey, what do you mean? Backwards, what are we doing? So, just let me know, let me know. Let's see, let me go ahead and grab my, oof, shook my camera, be careful.
Oh, sorry.
Looked like we were having an earthquake for a minute. Go ahead and grab my blue cord. Mom, are you still with us? Are you still working on your rainbow, or are you ready to move on to the feather? Let me know, because I don't want to leave you behind and then you are behind when we're doing the feather. But I'm not sure if you're still there. Let me know. For the feather, we're gonna need our cord, and I just picked the blue because I haven't done the blue thing yet from the kit. So I just grabbed the blue one, and I I knew we were going to try the orange one today, and I didn't want anybody being confused with different colors of cords. So, I'll just grab the blue one. But we're going to need our blue cord, our ruler, our scissors, and then I'll give y'all the links and things that I used last night for this one. And then I'll also give you the links and everything that I used for this one. If y'all want to get you some regular macrame cord. This is the, like I said, the 5mm. If y'all wanted to get the regular cord and do a large feather as well. So I'll give you the instructions or the dimensions and everything for both. But we'll do the blue one first, just because that's what we're using for the kit. Okay. Mama, I'm not sure if you're still hanging out with us. I haven't heard anything from you, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the feather. And then if anybody has any questions, let me know. Okay. So for the little blue feather, I did my main piece here, the center piece that kind of holds it all together. I did that one at 12 inches long. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut one piece at 12 inches, okay? One piece at 12 inches. And then I did 12 pieces at 6 inches long. So 1 at 12, 12 at 6. Blue cord, so this may be a multicolored feather. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo!
Just
11,
barely.
12, woo-wee! And like one that's like 8 inches to spare. So, all right.
Just barely.
4, 5, 6.
I think we may need to try the feather because I need to get the instructions for this one.
Okay. 8. All right, come on now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, apparently I have a nail that is like being wonky. Okay, so there's 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so for the feather, I'm going to put this one to the side because that's just a little bit longer. Alright, so for the feather, for the small one, the little blue one that we're doing right now, you need one piece of cord that is 12 inches long. Okay, so 1 at 12 inches, and then 12 at 6 inches. 1 at 12 inches, 12 at 6 inches. So go ahead and get those cut, Mom, and then let me know when you're ready. We'll give you a couple minutes to get those cut. So 1 at 12, 12 at 6. This is the 5mm cord. This one, I don't know, does it say what cord size this one is? Let's see. rolls of macrame cord, 5.5 yards, 5 meters each. Mom, just leave me type me out a thing. Let me know when your cords are all cut and ready to move on. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't say what size these are, so I'm not sure what size of cord this one is, but I know for sure my white cord is the 5mm cord. So, alright, so one cord at 12 inches for our little feather, and then 12 at 6 inches. 1 at 12, 12 at 6. Something on my nail keeps catching on my macrame cords. I'm like, stop that. One cord at 12 inches, 12 cords at 6 inches. What size do I need to cut the blue? So we have one of the blue cords at 12 inches. So one at 12 inches. And then 12 of them at 6 inches. One at 12 inches, and then 12 at 6 inches. And that'll get us this little feather dude right here. One at 12 and 12 at 6. Mom, while you're cutting that, I'm going to run and grab the project right quick that I did, the reason why I have this other macrame cord, so y'all can kind of see something a little bit different too. So I'll be right back. This is the little guy that I used this cord on. The reason why I even have it. We made a little gnome dude with the macrame cord. And underneath him, it's just like, this is a wooden circle that we got at Hobby Lobby. And then this is like a little wooden ball for his nose. Sorry, my train of thought went for a second. And then this up here is just like regular yarn. We got some variegated yarn, so it's got all these different colors in it. And then we use that for the hat. And we just cut some different strands and wrapped them around a piece of a toilet paper roll. The little cardboard insert thing. That's what's underneath here. And then this is just like a foam flower that we got. And then this, of course, is the macrame cord. So this is another thing that you can do with the macrame cord as well. It's just super cute. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these little dudes here that are hanging off of the bottom. That's the whole reason I even have the other macrame cord. Okay, alright. So I'm going to take that okay as we're okie dokie ready to go. Okay. So we're going to take our little 6-inch ones and we're just going to set them right to the side for a second. We're going to pick up our 12-inch cord. And what we're going to do is we're going to just fold it in half, kind of like we did when we started our dowel rod a while ago. You're just going to fold it in half. Okay. Let's see. Ah! Almost done. Okay. Okay. When you get done, let me know, but the first step is going to be just a folding our 12-inch cord in half, and that's what we're going to start with. That's going to be the whole center structure piece of our feather. And so it holds it all together. Let me know when you got all your cords cut, Mom. Sorry if you're here, doorbell. That's our store door opening. I'm done. Okay, alright. So now, like I said, that 12-inch cord that you cut, we're just going to fold it in half, and we're going to lay it down the center, just like this. This is our holder, our whole, like, structured piece. We're going to call it the backbone to our feather, because that's what this middle piece is going to be, and it also provides the hanger, so you don't have to have anything else for it. So, we're going to fold that in half. We're going to lay that out in front of us. And then we're going to grab one of our 6-inch pieces. And we're going to fold that one in half. Okay? So the 12-inch one, fold it in half on the table in front of you. The 6-inch one, fold it in half in your hands for a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our 6-inch piece and we're going to put it under our 12-inch piece. And then we're going to take these two loose ends. We're going to pick them up and we're going to put them through the loop on the other side, going over our 12-inch cord. Okay? So these two end pieces go through the loop on the other side, over our 12-inch cord, and pull tight. And it doesn't matter which way you start, one way or the other, it really doesn't, because you're going to go back and forth for this whole feather. So, just make sure that your backbone piece, as we're going to call it, stays flat. We don't want it all squished together. Just want it to stay flat, and then our other two pieces, just make sure that they're pretty even. We don't want one like way longer than the other one and then the other one's super short. So just a little bit down from the top so it leaves us our hanger loop. So that's what we should have right now. Okay. And then we're essentially going to repeat this process all the way down our main backbone piece, but we're going to go one side and then the other, one side and then the other. So, and the easiest way, instead of trying to remember, which way did I have my loop that time? Which way did I, where did I go? What I have found is the easiest in doing both of these is like, okay, so my first one ended up with the strands on the other side. So when you put your next one down, you lay it down where those strands are on the same side as the one above it. And then you just pull through. Because when you go and you pull through, that's going to make them be on the other side. So instead of trying to remember over and over and over again, which side did I put my loop on the last time? The hardest part of this is keeping those two middle ones flat. Okay, there we go. So one from one side, one from the other. Like I said, every time you do it, instead of trying to remember which side your loop was on the last time, you literally just fold your next one in half. Put those two strand pieces on the same side as the one that's above it. And then when you fold it over, it's going to be on the other side. You don't have to think too much about it. Okay. So loop under, two pieces, the two strands go over through the loop. And then you hold your backbone piece in place and pull those two tight. I always have to pick it up because otherwise everything wants to go its own way. Just kind of work with it, tightening it up as you kind of pull it up, tighten. Okay. All right, Mom, how you doing? Are you with me on our feather? Let me know. So again, loop underneath it, strands on the same side as the one above it. Strands over the top and through the loop. Okay. Pull tight. Holding our backbone nice and flat. And getting that one tightened around it. Okay. There we are. Are you following with me, Mom? Are you good? Let me know in the comments.
Still doing good without your fan?
Yeah. Yeah, my nose is running today, but that's not because I'm hot. It's just because this crazy weather we're having can't make up its mind.
Did you hear they had a tornado in Houston?
Mhm. I did hear that. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. I think they said.
Mhm. Yeah, it like shattered windows in hotels and downtown buildings, and
Ridiculous.
yeah, it's crazy. All right, Mama, let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna keep going down my feather here so we can get our live done. I'm trying to keep our lives that aren't cups. Anyway, I can't make any guarantees on cups lives. But I'm trying to keep our lives that are on these other kind of projects like 2 hours or less. Just because I know it's Saturday morning. I know it's becoming summer. I know people are going to want to be outside when it gets warm and nice and all that fun stuff. So I'm trying to keep them 2 hours or less if at all possible. But I can't guarantee the cup ones because those are a little different. So, but I'm going to keep going. So I've got my loop here that I just did. Again, not having to think too hard about it. Strands are going the same way as the one above it. Over and through the loop. Fold it in half. Strands to the same side. Under. Strands over the top and through the loop. Pull tight. Your main thing, like I said, is to keep your backbone, your piece that runs through the whole thing, flat and not squished. And the same thing with your other pieces. When you are tightening them, you want them tight to where they hold themselves in place, but you don't want them so bunched up that they're just like one big blobby mess. You want it to be right like this. You want them to be nice and flat. You want the two cords to lay over the top nice and flat. You want your loop on the side to be nice and flat. So this right here is exactly what we want, okay? I'm trying to make it stay focused. So that's what we want right now. And we're going to just continue this all the way down with our 12 strands, okay? We've got 6 on here now, so we're halfway. We're halfway down with our feather. Keep going. I really wish Facebook Lives wouldn't cut you off if you had music, because I would love to have music. I'm a music person. Not being able to have music kind of throws me off a little bit.
There are non-copyrighted like playlists and stuff out there you can do.
I don't know, because like it just every time you play music in the background, I guess because like all music is like copyrighted by somebody. But every time you try to do music, it always throws you off. So
yeah, because there's a playlist on YouTube that's like NCS, which is no non-copyrighted songs, and then there's like another like one that's like no royalties or something or the other.
I don't know. We may have to look at that for Facebook, because I know YouTube is a little more lenient than Facebook.
Yeah.
But like I don't want my lives to get shut off and then we have to start all over, and that would not be fun.
No.
But for anybody who knows me, knows I love music. I'm a music person. Whenever I'm at home working on my crafts, I'm jamming out. I usually have Pink going in the background. But can't do that on these. Alright, so we're just going to keep moving right along. I think I pulled my backbone piece down, or out. Yeah, down a little too much, so I'm going to try to pull it back out in a second. Because you can see where I've got a bigger loop on the top on this one. This one's a rather tall, or rather small loop. So strands to the same side as the one above it, all over the top, through the loop, pull tight, holding everything in place. We don't want a bunched feather. So to pull my centerpiece out of the top, I'm literally just going to try to hold all of these other ones in place with my thumb. There we go. Just hold those tight and pull that little loop up some. That worked. Okay. So we've got 3 more here. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. Okay. So onto the side. Same side. over the top and through the loop. Which again makes another song pop in my head, but we can't sing. It's Grandma's house we go. Yeah. I know. Everything relates to a song for me, so. And that definitely has passed on to my kids.
What? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Even my daughter at 11, and has been for a while, everything relates to a song. She's got it by now. Boom, boom, boom. And nope, stay flat. Stay flat. Stay flat. Stay flat. Pull it over. Tighten it up and push it to the top. There we go. One more. And we're gonna run it through. We're gonna run it through. This is our last one. You'll notice that we've got like extra at the bottom, and that's what you want. You want the extra at the bottom to be about the same as the extra on your side pieces, because that makes the bottom point of your feather. So you need that there. Otherwise, your feather would just like and stop.
Be a square.
So we need that extra piece coming out the bottom to actually finish off the bottom point of our feather.
Yeah, your feather was definitely way more simple.
Yeah, definitely much more simple to do for the feather. It looks a little weird right now. Kind of looks like fish bones at this point in the stage, but you know. So this is what we've got so far. Okay. So this is our look that we get after we put all 12 of our strands on. Every other one going the other direction. All right, Mama. How you doing? How you doing? Let me know. How you doing?
Way too much friends to not say it.
And this next step is going to require a sturdy comb.
Sturdy being the most important
Yeah.
feature of this.
Yeah, because this one was a little too loosey-goosey, and we done broke him.
Yeah, I don't think the Dollar Tree combs are going to cut it.
No, because that's where this came from.
Yeah.
It was in a package.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can find an individual one at the Dollar Tree that's got some nice, thick, sturdy bristles, I think you'll be alright. But yeah, not this little package, because these are way too loose. They bend too easy. That wasn't no good. No good. Yes, I'm with you. Okay.
Well, I think that one was a previous.
Oh, that was earlier?
Yeah.
I wish you would tell me, like,
When they came
yeah,
in.
how, if that was, like, several
was, like,
minutes ago or
something.
just now,
Yeah.
or, like, yeah, how often that was.
But yeah, that one was there before.
Okay. Alright, Mom, so let me know where you're at. Give her another minute to kind of reply, and then I'm going to show you how to turn this into that. Okay. Mama, I'm guessing you may be still like tying yours around. I'm going to go ahead and move to the next step. And then if you have a question, let me know. But I don't know for sure where you're at. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and I turned it to one side. It just made it easier for me to get to the area I need. So I kind of turned it to one side, and then I started at the top, worked my way down this side, flipped it over, worked my way down the other side. But these little cords, macrame cords here, you untwist. Like you kind of start untwisting them, and you go opposite of the direction that they're twisted in. So you can kind of see how they twist one way, so twist them the opposite way. And you'll kind of see them start to kind of untwist and go into like, show like individual strands, and that's what you want. And then you want to pull those strands apart. And you kind of take a couple of tries to kind of get them to where you can get your finger in to pull all of them apart. And it should come out to 3 strands, okay? And once you get to this point on each one of them, just leave that there, and then we'll brush it all out in a minute. I'm doing good. Awesome. Good, Mama. Okay. So we're just going to keep going all the way down this one side. Tried to raise it up a little bit so y'all can see in the camera. We untwist, untwine, get it to 3 strands, and then we're going to leave those 3 strands just kind of willy-nilly hanging out there for right now. We're going to do that all the way around our feather. Twist, twist, twist. There we go. All the way around. Undo, undo, undo. Come on, little guy. This one wants to twist back going towards the top. We don't want that. There we go. So we're going to untwist. Get it into 3. Pull them apart. Untwist. Get it into 3. And pull them apart. If you can, like, I don't know, y'all can kind of see that one. See how it wants to kind of twist up back on itself? Trying to get it to where y'all can see. It's a little hard. Get all these other extras away. But you can kind of see this one wants to twist back up on itself right here. Hopefully you can anyway. Let's see. These little guys just keep popping out from behind my fingers. There we go. This one. Can y'all see how that's twisted on itself? Just kind of take and pull it out and untwist it, and it'll flatten out, okay? Because when you go to comb, you don't want a bunch of those twisties there, because it's going to really like knot up, and that's kind of I think what broke my other comb. But it'll knot up and it won't want to loosen up. So just make sure that they're all straight out like this. They're not like twisty back and curled up on themselves.
Like having a knot in your hair. You're like, ow.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Sorry, you ain't cut my scalp here.
Yeah. Okay. Untwist, 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 untwist. Untwist down and around.
Just think that I'm further proving you. Not even doing it on purpose.
It's just kind of built in by now.
It's just there.
Yep. Everything relates to a song, whether it be a nursery rhyme, a song on the radio, whatever. Everything relates to a song in some way. I think that just kind of shows how much of a music mentality, that we have. Very musically.
Especially after being a band kid for 5 years.
Uh-huh.
Never goes away.
No, it doesn't.
Instead of voices in your head, it's just an infinite, never-ending library of music.
Yep.
Just adds up and just comes out of random times.
Just pops in your mind, and
You
you're
say
like, where
one
did that
word,
come
it's
from?
like, oh, wait.
Yep.
It's like,
I know we were at your sister's cheerleading thing the other day. They did the dun 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 hey, and I'm like, oh lordy. I immediately started tapping my foot, keeping with rhythm, and it's like, yep, I know where we're going.
oh yeah.
So yep. I just know where we're going. Alright, so we've got that one side all unwound, and I unwound the bottom. So now we're just going to flip it over, and then I'm going to start at the top now and work my way down this side of our feather. Untwist, untwist, untwist. Come on now, let go of yourself. There we go. A two-handed untwisty here. There we go. And just keep it going. Almost there. We are almost there. After this, it's really pretty simple. We're gonna just comb out our little pieces, and then we kind of take our lovely sharp scissors and we cut our feather shape. I will probably get a piece of paper to put underneath mine because it's silicone matte. Just kind of has all those little things stick to it. So, you're going to keep going around and around. And around and around. Just a few more left. Alright, come on now. There we go. Untwisty and untwisty and untwisty, untwisty. There's that one, that one. Oh, that one wanted to twist on itself. There we go. Untwist, untwist, untwist. Come on now. These last two don't want to let go of each other. Let go. There we go. Alright. And one more here, and all of mine will be untwisted. Alright. There we go. Okay, so now we're left with the untwisted macrame cord feather, but not quite feathered out. You can see the difference. This is after we comb it, and this is before we comb it. I mean, it's kind of cute. It'd be cute if we were doing like hair or something. Like that would be cool to leave it like that because it looks like little curls. But doesn't really so much look like a feather. So this is where we're at right now. Mama, let me know how you're doing. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper and then we'll start combing it out and getting ready to cut. Yeah, I thought I had a piece of copy paper out already, but I don't see it, so we're just gonna grab one from the printer. It's all good in the neighborhood. All good in the neighborhood. So for this next step, it's pretty simple. Like literally, we're just combing like hair. Just combing it out. Try not to pull so hard that you pull your little knots out. So I try to hold on to those with my fingers in the middle while we're doing this to comb them out.
Can you go over what to do comb?
Yeah. So my comb here, I have like a pretty sturdy bristled brush comb. You can see it's pretty thick. And we are just combing out what we just untwisted. So all of these that were solid like this, we untwisted, and that left us with this. And now we're just gonna hold on to our center knots to where we don't yank any of them out, and then we're gonna comb. That's what we're gonna comb right here. And you're just gonna comb them out to where they really start to separate out and not be so solid strandy looking. You're gonna comb them out all the way around. And all I did was get a piece of paper because my silicone mat doesn't like to let go of these. And I don't really want to have a mess of threads all over my mat. I kind of move it around a few times, brush it out a little differently, brush it out a different way, different direction, just to make sure that it is all combed out. Okay? So this is what we're kind of left with when we comb it out. Okay. So we've got all of our little strands combed out and flattened. I think this kind of helps too on this white piece of paper. Y'all can see it a little bit better. Although the blue is light enough, it contrasts pretty well, but.
Sorry.
I think he's making an earthquake on the table. Okay. Alright, Mama, let me know how you're doing. Are we combed out? We still combing out? What we doing? Come back here. Don't do that too many times. You gotta comb it out again. So once I get all mine combed out, I kind of comb it, not like down, but like slight angle down, because when this is hanging, it's gonna kind of, gravity's gonna kind of make it come down a little bit anyway. Some people use like spray starch, fabric stiffener, something like that to make it like stay. And you can do that if you want it to like stay in place and stay stiff. I kind of like the loose feather look to it, so I didn't want to spray mine with starch or anything like that. So I kind of just make mine comb down to where when it kind of hangs naturally, and you kind of get that downward drift. So I kind of comb mine in that like downward drift angle and get it ready to cut. Okay. So this is where we're at. Next, you're gonna need your really sharp scissors. I'm going to go ahead and start doing the cut on my feather. If you're still combing out, just kind of keep an eye or an ear open and just kind of listen for what I'm doing. Okay, got it. Perfect. All right. So now we've got our feather laid out, combed out. So what I do now is I take, and I'm going to start, let me use my pen, let me close it so I don't mark on my yarn. I'm going to start kind of at the angle at the bottom because that's where we're going to kind of come to a point. And I'm just going to freehand cut up and like around. So we're going to kind of round off the top when we get up here. And then we're going to have like this angled up. So we're going to start here. We're going to go up and then we're going to start curving in when we get to the top, okay? And this is where it helps to have a really good pair of sharp scissors, because otherwise you're just pushing it, it's not cutting. So I'm going to kind of start at the bottom. You kind of have to hold them in place a little bit to get your scissors underneath it. But you're just freehanding it out and around, okay? When you get to the top, you want to start rounding it in. Okay? Just like that. Okay? So now you can see on this other side where we have like the weird willy-nilly in and out where it wasn't exactly lined up. Then you get your scissors and you get this nice clean finished edge to it. What I always do is I take my comb and I comb it back out just to see if some other long piece got stuck underneath there. This time it looks like it did pretty good, because sometimes like a long piece will get stuck up underneath and you don't see it until you comb it out again, and then just trim that off, okay? So at an angle starting from the bottom up, when you start to the top, round it off. When you get one side done, go ahead and do the other side. I am not a left-handed person. I know my mama is left-handed, so she may have done her left side before her right. That's totally okay. I can't cut with my left hand. So what I do is I carefully take and I flip my feather over to the back. And then I do my angle in the same direction, okay? So again, and I'm not going to worry about this bottom right now. I will come back and I will straighten that up once I get this curve in. So I'm going to kind of start here at the bottom. Kind of get it started about the same as your angle over here. And just as best as you can. Up, out, and then when you start getting to the top, kind of round it back in. Okay? Don't cut your finger with your scissors. I almost gave myself a manicure with that one, because these are super strong scissors. Super sharp. Oh, okay, see? See, so whenever I comb this one back out to see how I've got some long ones here? So you just take literally and just trim those back off, okay? It's nothing to worry about. Just trim them up. Take that, throw those in the trash, okay? So now once you've got both sides kind of angled and rounded, then this is where I'm going to come in and I'm going to worry about my bottom point. So we're going to kind of take and come off of one side, kind of get to the middle. Turn my feather around the other side and get to the middle. And that gives us our little point at the bottom. So now there is our feather. It does look like a leaf. It kind of looks like a leaf.
I don't know why I said leaf.
It kind of looks like a leaf. I would give you that. It does. But there we go. It's called a feather.
You can do green macrame and then it'll be a leaf.
Yep, for sure. Do green, you can make a leaf.
Just with the curve that you did, it looks like a well, maple, not a maple leaf, but just a leaf.
Looks like a leaf, yep. You can see with this one, I was in a hurry last night because we've still got long guys that want to kind of hang out here. I'm going to just trim those off.
But today, don't get in a hurry.
Yeah, don't get in a hurry. This was literally last night. I had to get this done for class today because this week has been chaos. Been so much going on this week. Next week is going to be a little bit more of the same. Finishing up this last week of school.
Yay.
Last school year, my daughter is in elementary. I cannot believe she's going to be in junior high next year. Crazy. So, but you can tell the difference when it took a little more time today. It's got a little bit better of a shape today. We're kind of rounded instead of so like pointy. But either way, it's totally up to you. Do the shape that you feel comfortable with. Do whatever shape you want it to be. I know some feathers are a little bit different shaped. That's okay. So, Mama, how'd you do?
What is the smallest scale you could do these on?
I'm
Like
sure you
small?
could go, as small as you really wanted to. Like this one here, for the big one, the centerpiece is 20 inches, and then I did 20 pieces at about 10 inches for this one. So you could really scale them down however small you wanted to go. I wouldn't go like crazy cranky small, because then you don't really have a lot of detail, but
Probably make it small enough for like some earring, maybe.
yeah. Yeah, I think you could definitely do some little earrings out of this. Just like I said, a much smaller scale. So, because I based myself off of this one that I did. So like I said, this one was the centerpiece is 20 inches, and then the other ones were at 10. And so for this, I was like, okay, so essentially my centerpiece is like double what I'm going to do my smaller pieces. So I was like, okay, so 20. I was like, let's go down to 12. And that would make me like a 6-inch piece essentially in the center. And then half of that would be 6. So that's what I did all my other little smaller pieces at. So yeah, I mean, you could even go down smaller. I would say maybe if you go 8 inches, that would give you 4 tall. And then do 4 inches on your side ones, and then you could cut it down. It'll still be kind of long for earrings.
Yeah.
Let's see.
'Cause 5 inches still might be too small.
Yeah. I would say the smallest I would go is probably 6 inches for your centerpiece. That would make it 3. And then do like 1.5 inches. No, 3. Yeah. So do 6 inches for the center. That would make it 3 in the center, and then 3 for your side pieces. So that would make them about 1.5 inches. Then you could kind of cut it up. By the time you trim it up. So, yeah, by the time you trimmed it, it would end up about like 2.5 inches. So you could. Just all depends on how small you want to go.
Or how big.
Yeah, or how big. You got it.
Because instead of like a 20-inch center, you could do like a 40. 40-inch.
Yeah.
Center.
It's like you just have to be careful, because once you go too big, like you can see how it droops.
You can get that droopy carpet.
So then, if you go too long, then it's just gonna go.
But then that's probably where that stiffener comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna go much bigger than this, I would definitely do the stiffener to keep it in place. Alright, Mama. Hope you did good. Hope you're doing good. I hope you got it. I see that you're still on here. Haven't seen a comment just yet, but hopefully you got it. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll hang out here for another minute, and then I'm gonna hop off, get some other things done. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and hop off for today. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will be having posts this week in the group. Like I said, I know last week was a little bit crazy. This week, I'm going to get the scheduler down to where when I'm even at my daughter's school events for the week, it still posts for me. Because I want this to become an interactive group. So anybody that completes projects we do together, or any projects you even just want to share that you've done on your own for the week, post it in the group. I would love to see what y'all are doing. I would love to see the outcome of y'all's projects. I want this to be an interactive group. I want it to be active. I want y'all to...
Judgment free.
Yeah, judgment free. I want y'all to post. Interact with each other. Anything. Like I said, I want this to become an active little community that we've built here. And everybody's sharing, and we're all learning together and sharing together and kind of getting to know each other. So please, be active. Please share what you've got going on. Share what you've created with any of our lives that we're doing. interact with any of the posts that we've got going on. I'm gonna have a few set days. I want to do like Sunday is our, all right, what are we gonna do for this week? We're gonna set our goals. I'm gonna have my post that's gonna post every Sunday, and I'm gonna have a set of like the weekly goals sheets, like I created the composition book looking ones. I'm gonna have the same set for each month, so I'll repost those little printouts that y'all can print out, or you can even save it to your phone and like edit it on your phone, writing it on there if you don't want to print it out or don't have a printer. But I'm going to do the goals on Sunday. Mondays are going to be motivational Mondays. It's just something to motivate you for the week. Hey, you got this. You can do this. Keep going. So motivational Mondays. I want to get to where I am doing Wednesday videos. It will probably be pre-recorded. I don't know. I may hop in live if I can, because Wednesdays I work full-time at the store. But Wednesdays I want to do like hump day hacks, like just different helpful hints, tips, and tricks and things like that on Wednesdays. Fridays are going to be our follow-up Fridays, just checking in. Hey, how did your week go? Did you accomplish your goals? Did something blow your goals out of the water? And that's okay too, because it happens. Life happens. It's okay. It's all right. It's not a big deal. It's not a storm. Life happens. It's okay. We'll try again next week. Hey, it's all right. And then, of course, Saturdays are going to be our live days. So I'll hop on live on here and do our Saturday lives. The only time that it's not going to be on Facebook is when we all craft together on that one Saturday on the Off Craft Kit month. Well, that was a tongue twister. Where we all kind of come together on Zoom and you just grab whatever you need to finish or whatever you want to do and work on, and we just all craft together live. So that's kind of where I'm wanting to go with my schedules. Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of open right now. It may be where I find something that I want to share or pop on and do or post or whatever, but Tuesdays, Thursdays are kind of open. I don't want to overload the group, but I do want it to be interactive. So just kind of a heads up for what I have planned. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's craft. I know this beginning one, it is a little stressful, and I don't want it to be stressful. So if you want to try again, whenever you're not having to like try to keep up with me or what have you, if it's something you think you want to continue with, that's great. If not, you can untie them knots and just make feathers out of all those cords. It is okay. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's craft. I really, really want to get to where we're trying just different things. I don't want us to be stuck in a rut doing cup. I think there's so many people out there that do cups. Don't get me wrong. I love my tumblers. I love creating the designs and making the designs and everything for our tumbler boxes, our tumbler kits. But I want us to try something different, something new. So I really enjoy learning things different that I don't already do with everybody. And some things, maybe some things that I know already how to do, but maybe you don't. And so it may just be some things where we're just sharing different crafts. So, all right. I hope y'all had fun. I hope y'all enjoyed learning macrame. If you have any questions, please do #replay before your question if we're not live anymore, if you don't see that little red live button. That way I know it's a good question or a new question that I need to answer that wasn't asked during the live. And I will catch y'all later. Have a good week. Keep going. You got it. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow's a new day if the day falls apart. Bye, guys.